years ago, I embarked on a journey to create a platform that would not only empower others, but also serve as a gateway to the fascinating world of STEM. Each one teach 10, an amazing world of STEM. When I started this podcast, my vision was clear: to empower, to inspire, and to learn from the brilliant minds in STEM who create engagement in the classroom and make them more lively. I've had the privilege of sitting down with some of the brightest minds in the STEM world, individuals who are leaving an indelible mark on the world. Each episode has been a learning experience, not just for me, but for listeners as well. There have been moments of laughter, moments of awe, and moments of deep reflection. As we move forward, I'm excited about the future of Each One Teach 10. I will continue to bring you more inspiring stories, ignite curiosity, and foster a community that celebrates the wonders of STEM. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. Remember, in the world of Each One Teach 10, the possibilities are limitless. Till that time, let's enjoy these 3 wonderful years of Each One Teach 10, an amazing world of STEM. Hi everyone, good morning, good evening, namaste, hola, bonjour, kiremed, terve, and maharavan. This is Namya Joshi, your host for the day. Welcome to episode 75 of the podcast Each One Teach 10, an amazing world of STEM, an inspiring venture where we'll be discussing that STEM is part of every day for every kid. We all will learn together how to build a STEM culture. Well, 3 years, not a small time, I guess, just passes off in a click. That's exactly what it felt to me yesterday when I was thinking that I had my live stream today of the 3 years of my podcast, 75 episodes. All hard work, dedication, learning through my guests, and also creating a platform for my audience to learn from our guests. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us live for the 3rd year celebration of my podcast, Each One Teach 10, an amazing world of STEM, and also the 75th episode. Well, today I'm joined by 2 very amazing people. Guess who? Well, you already know, Dr. Marialis and Mr. Andy Knieven. Hello.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, that beautiful introduction. Oh, chills.
I mean, I'm emotional. I was like, I'm going to start crying before we even start. The one was so powerful.
Thank you so much. How have
All
you
those
been
ripples.
doing today?
Oh,
every single one. And to think 3 years, just like you said, it seems like yesterday. And I had to think back, has it really been 3 years since? I mean, you kicked off this incredible journey and this wave of this ripple effect of connecting people and sharing knowledge. And oh my gosh, it doesn't feel like it's been 3 years, but thankfully you've had 3 years of incredible connections and bringing people in to learn and share together.
and a willingness, right? Let's just put things into context. So 3 years, that was like you were 13, right? Like at such a young age to make a commitment and to stick with this and make those, we talk about it all the time, that ripple effect of all the positive things, that just one person who has this willingness to stand up and make a difference. Namya, it has been an honor to be part of this entire ride.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you two could make it to the live stream today. And also, you've been amazing guests on my podcast. There was a lot to learn from both of you. And I'm so, so glad that we're celebrating the 3 year celebrations with you.
It's the honor's ours to be part of this with you, and yeah, this is beautiful.
Thank you so much. So I'll give a short introduction about our both guests today. So Dr. Marialis is the founder and executive director of Digital Citizenship Institute. As a mother and a connected educator, she has served as an associate professor, middle school teacher, principal, and library media specialist. Mr. Andy Knieven, education innovation lead Flip. He loves all edtech things that better support instruction and learning for students. There are lots of items that can simply be fun, but as educators, he believes that teachers are most creative people in finding ways to incorporate items to support establishing a great classroom environment that is welcoming and supportive of learning of everybody. So, once again, thank you so much for being here today. So, first of all, how have you been doing today?
I've been like Andy and I have met during this week, and this excitement build up. Like, is it here yet? This is like I'm giddy with anticipation. And I showed up, I just want to say, with my party hat, which is a Boston Fire Department hat. Yes, we are ready to just celebrate. But I specifically wore this one because my Uncle Ron gave this. This is my Uncle Ron's, but when I was little, he used to say, repeat after me. It's not what we do, it's what we're willing to do. And it's the best lesson I ever got in life. And I wore it today specifically because, and I said it when we were for the intros. Thank you, Namya, for your willingness 3 years and 75 episodes to inspire and empower us. I have learned more from you than I think you could ever possibly learn from me, honestly. So this is just a great honor to be here.
Thank you so much.
Likewise, I had to think back on my first interaction and connection with you, Namya, was we were talking before the show about stars and moon phases, and I put out a flip topic, or at the time it was Flipgrid, but how that connected the world together, and that you responded sharing about the stars and the moon phases that you were seeing. And it's like, oh, this is so profound and so it just was amazing for my students to see. But then it was like, this is a 13-year-old girl that's sharing this, her knowledge and connecting and inspiring, students that, to think I was teaching 5th graders or 10-year-olds, and to say like you were 3 years older of them at the time, and to think like, wow, like it just been a beacon of like hope and inspiration to more than you ever, I think, will ever understand.
No, the pleasure is all mine. Like, connecting with both of you has, given me opportunity to learn so many different things. And like, of course, also for our audience as well, to have you on my podcast to, use that learning as real life application in their classrooms as well. And as well as learning so many other things, like as lifelong lessons as well from both of you. So once again, thank you for being on my podcast today.
Namya, I also just want to say, because I'm wearing it, and I know Dr. Matthew Joseph is joining in live, but part of those 3 years, you are an author. And yes, right there, Andy's pointing right to it. You got it. So really proud to have been part of all of, this journey that has many different layers. And you're the center of it. And just all these wonderful ripples, all these direct results, because you just had this willingness. So this is just fantastic. Yay!
Yes. Thank you. All right, so let's get started for the day.
So I guess, for obviously people love, prizes, awards. And I know that there's been some people that have submitted some incredible, pieces of art and different things. But you have some prizes. You have some swag to give out.
Of course, I have some amazing swag to give out. So please stay tuned with us. We'll have stickers being given to everybody, but also we'll be giving gifts to the best fan art posted on weekly. We'll be having podcast awards, and also we'll have a selfie posted with the selfie moment at Twitter. So, go ahead, tagging @WonderNamya, @MBFX, and Mr. Coach 15 with hashtag each one teach 10 and hashtag platinum jubilee. And we'll choose the best one and you'll get the awards.
Oh my gosh. And so, I guess to look back on 3 years, we have some questions, as Mary Alice and I had talked about, meeting before, and want to hear from you. And so, Namya, what is the most rewarding part about being a podcaster?
Well, that's a really great question because being a podcaster, you have to just keep on learning something new every day, researching a lot. But when it comes to, being the best part of being a podcaster is you get to connect with new people worldwide. When I'm connecting with my guests whom, I meet for the first time online during my podcast, seeing the amazing work that they've done. So I get to know their side of the story and get to know amazing work that they have done, as well as, with the help of them on my podcast, I'm able to build a community and, connecting with listeners who appreciate my content. It, gives me a freedom of expressing my opinions as well as learning from my guests. With that, I'm able to set up a platform through which my listeners can learn those things and apply the learnings in their classrooms or wherever they feel that learning can be used as. I've been able to spread awareness about important issues through the podcast, being able to contribute to a positive change. And when I'm receiving a positive feedback, it gives me more motivation. And I feel like that's a validation of my effort towards the podcast. And I would really proudly like to share that my podcast has been ranked #1 out of the 90 best STEM podcasts by FeedSpot. And also, I got an official mail by Pod Status that my podcast, Each One Teach 10, An Amazing World of STEM, has really good performances on Apple Podcast. Like it ranked top on the position 50 in the category education in Singapore and position 163 in the category education India. So this gave me an amazing opportunity to, keep on continuing with my podcast and whatever I've been doing. So this was the day when I came to know this, I had my sports day at school and I had won 3 medals and my first gold medal in the sports day. So my mom told me I have better news as well that you make eyes pop out. That's the day she shared this news with me and I was so happy about it.
So deserving.
Okay, I know, Andy, we've been talking about it, but even just within this conversation, 3 years ago, you were 13. And I just think when you first started the podcast to now, 3 years, 75 episodes, all the things, not just the people, but all the things that you've learned as a podcaster, like the skill set. And I'm just interested, and I know that when I was talking with Andy, we're like, that Each One Teach 10, you were such an inspiration for it's like intergenerational, all different ages. But, Andy and I, we are big proponents. We are champions for student voice. So, we'd love for you to reflect on the skills that you've learned, but also, continuing that Each One Teach 10. What is that one way that specifically young people can say, wait a second, how can I be a Namya Joshi? How can I Each One Teach 10?
Of course, that's a really amazing question. When you're a podcaster, there's a lot to learn, Like I said, again, researching, you need to keep on knowing about the new trends. So I think research will be one of the most important skill. And of course, script writing as well, crafting, engaging and coherent scripts for my episodes. Like when we have serious talks going on regarding education, I always add fun questions for my guests to answer. Like if you had any spooky, experience, or what's your favorite book, your favorite story, your favorite destination, or any funny experience that you've shared. So that's always making your script more engaging, as well as to knowing about editing video and audio podcasts, with graphic designing, learning about how to communicate with people, because I think through podcasting my communication skills have gotten better and also has helped me to become an active listener, because when you're listening to your guest, you need to make sure that you're listening to all the points, because in the end you have to give us some, short sum up for your guest, or just listening to you, that what all points were mentioned by your guest. So you also have to be an amazing listener to your guest and give a short sum up in the end. And of course, I would say planning and scheduling the podcast, because we need to maintain a consistent release schedule. That is when, back in 2020, when I was having my first session for podcast, like for learning podcast, my teacher told us that you have to always make sure that you're having a consistent release schedule. So if you're posting thrice or twice a month, you have to be consistent. And I've kept that like since the beginning. I used to post like every week and then twice a week. So again, consistency is the key. And of course, problem solving is a skill that I've also learned, because there are some instances when you have to troubleshoot and solve problems that may arise. So you have to just keep your cool, keep calm, and then solve the problem. Because when you do something with a calm mindset, then I think you'll be able to think about how to solve the problem. And of course, becoming more confident with communicating with my guests and asking questions. And also, if I have something to learn, of course I would love to share with them as well what is my take on what they're saying. So of course, like, I think all of these skills have helped me to develop as a better person and build a strong community which resonates with my thoughts. And I've also been able to help a few students in my school, 3 to 4, to start a podcast. Like, one of them is in my school, in my city, in Assam, that's a state in my country. So that basically makes me feel that, yeah, I've given my 1 cent to each one, teach 10. And like you said, how can these students who want to start their own podcast, how can they be involved in this? So I think they just need to keep in mind what exactly is their passion. Because you always, when you're passionate about something, you have to ask yourself, what is something that I'm really passionate about? And that'll really make me go consistent with my podcast. That is, when we narrow our niche as well. So if we have 6 to 7 things that we're passionate about, when you narrow our niche and go towards, the one topic. Like, I was very fascinated about technology and education. So I narrowed it to my niche to STEM and engaging in the classroom. So finding a good hosting platform, designing everything, getting the equipment and all is also a good way to start your podcast. And of course, then you have gathered all your thoughts and you've gone through the entire research and you have something that you're passionate about, then you have, of course, you have the right time to start the podcast and then continue with your journey. So again, you can, when you keep on continuing, you can also share what you have learned with others. So again, I call it as share, learn, and grow with each one, teach 10.
Okay, Andy, I'm like this right now because again, let's go back to, you are a full-time student, right? Like, there
Yes.
are other and a great team, right? Like, with a social life, and this is you are. Andy, you said it, a beacon. You are a beacon of just all the things that are good and light and wonderful and give us such hope.
I can say I know that, and I mean, I know I'm going to veer just a small bit here, because we've talked about 3 years you've been doing this and inspiring so many, and I will say, like, it was an honor. I joined in as you spoke to other young students with the achievers for leaders of tomorrow, and speaking to other students and to other professors and teachers, and sharing your knowledge with others. It's not about putting yourself ahead. I mean, you're trying to bring everybody together and bring everybody up with this. And that is what I love about it. It's not trying to put yourself ahead of others. You're trying to bring everyone with you. And that is just inspiring. But then to also say, like, Mary Alice, I mean, not we're older than Namia, but I want to also say her birthday is next week, so a little happy early birthday there.
Thank you.
But to say, like, I want to be Namia when I grow up, like that is like, that is so true of just how much is, like, wow, like, I mean, so well rounded of, like, Mary Alice, you said, like, sport day and the achievements and, like, the ability and the knowledge that you have that you then share at school and supporting other young, students. I just love it.
That's
Thank
what
you
is
so
that?
much.
Is that expression about rising tides raise all ships? I didn't get the quote right, but what you said about Namya, it's like, yes, this is for everybody. This is the collective we, and that at such a young age is so powerful that that's your like core. So I just
No, I love, yeah. It just it's amazing of what you've done over the 3 years, and obviously we're talking about like all these successes and all these connections, and Mary Alice, you just shared about things that you've learned, and I've always admired as I've watched the episodes, how you are listening to your guests, you're hearing them, and then you add on to that conversation. But all that learning, there obviously has to be some challenges. Not everything just immediately happens like magically perfect every time. And so like what challenges or hurdles have you had to, face and overcome? And how did you do that?
That's a really good question. Well, I think one of the most common challenge that anybody can face is like during online recording, technical glitches. So I think that's one of the hurdle that I've been facing. I know that's really okay to cover up, and you'll be able to re-record, but like I've had certain cases, like one of the time when we I had a recording with one of my guests. So I guess they had some technical issue with the mic. So the voice wasn't coming that clearly and it was lagging a bit. But then by mistake, before I could download the recording, he had left because of a technical glitch. So I was like, the recording is gone. Like I won't be able to download until my guest arrives back. And unfortunately, I guess my message did not reach to him. But like I'm so grateful that the platform that I used had saved the entire recording, so I got it back like after half an hour on my Gmail ID. So again, you have to make sure that you have to keep calm, keep cool, and try to again, problem solving is the key. And even if it's happened on live, like during a podcast recently, my guests were able to join. They had some technical issues, but I must say that was a great podcast that I did, like, even though I had technical issues. The content and the amazing ideas that he delivered were amazing again. So we have to make sure that we face challenges, and then the best view comes after the steepest climb. So I guess again, when you're taking the challenges, you have to face them, and then you get the best view when it, of course, the challenge is solved. And of course, I think I would also say we have to stay updated with the trends. So I have to keep in mind that in order to refrain from repetitive content, we need to keep on staying updated with the new trends that have been coming in the field of technology and education. And besides that, of course, a little bit change in the podcast is also required sometimes to give new content to your audience. So I've also like got Miss Geeta Dua on my podcast. So it was more about learning, about life experiences from her, which again is a part of STEM. And also like Dr. Gladson Vagela. So like there's a lot to learn from him about how he was able to overcome different challenges and again excel as a great person, and focus upon mental health of people. So again, enhancing skills is also a part of STEM. So I guess these are some challenges that I faced, but of course, overcoming them has always been the best part.
So profound.
Thank you.
Wow.
Of course. Thank you
Well,
so much.
I'm thinking about like 75 episodes, right? That is a lot of people that you have been able to celebrate and showcase and learn with and from. And you've got to and make impacts, right? Like each one, that's like, they each one teach 10. That's really each one, teach 75, and all those ripples that come from that. And I just want you to know, I'm going to give you a minute to think about, because it's going to be hard, your favorite podcast. But I want you to know, I went into our AI assistant, Mundo, before, and I asked, this is the exact question I asked: what is the impact if everyone teaches 10 people? And there's like a list, and I will post this so that you get, like, I'll screenshot it. But the third response from AI, you're going to love this. says ripple effect. Okay. Like I didn't write ripple effect. AI came up with that ripple effect. And it says when 10 people are taught, they can in turn teach others. This creates a ripple effect where the initial impact multiplies exponentially over time. Each learner can become a teacher themselves, perpetuating a cycle of knowledge and sharing and growth. So my last question for you is to think of these 75, and I know it's not going to be easy, but like favorite podcasts, moments that stand out. I think that, that you could celebrate right now would be wonderful.
Well, I cannot choose one, Marialis. Like in all of the 75 episodes of the podcast have been amazing because every podcast has had something to learn from. Like if I go back to my first episode, when I heard it, like okay, I was just asking question and my principal was asking question, answering. So again, through every podcast, I have learned like how I can improve my podcast for my audience, how I can improve as a person for myself, by making better episodes. So all episodes have given me learnings, on how I could improve my content as well as amazing insights from my guests. So I would say all the episodes were my favorite. But if I talk about, favorite podcasts in general. So I have been listening to three of them on Spotify, which are my all-time favorite. One of them is the Ranveer Show. It's also called the TRS podcast. So he's also an Indian podcast content creator. So he brings people through all walks of life, through sports, mountaineering, Ghostbusters, athletes, through medical field or politicians. And it's amazing like how he talks to them regarding what they have been doing, what are their insights in certain recent topics. So again, like that's a really great podcast for me. Besides that, also about Sadhguru, his podcast of Mystics and Mistakes, again to learn different things from him about how we can focus upon self-awareness about life skills and our life management as well. And the third one I've listened to is Chanakya Niti. It's all about the things that rulers used to apply to make a better kingdom. Again, how you could be that ruler of your own life and apply those skills to make yourself the king of your own life and rule it your way. So I would say all 75 episodes of mine are my favorite. But besides that, these three are my all-time favorite podcasts that I listen to. Of course, mine as well. I listen to my podcast too.
Well, it was kind of an impossible question to ask.
Yes.
Because but I love that you're as always in the celebration mode, celebrating them all.
Yes, I am. All right, I guess we can, of course, showcase some lovely comments coming in. So I'll show all of them. We've had the first comment by Mr. Andy. So happy to join and see everyone today celebrating the most wonderful Namya. We have Miss Monica, excited to be here for celebration. We also have Dr. Matthew joining us. Thank you so much for being here today.
Let's go!
Yes. What else do we have? We also have Mr. Frank Moody here. Thank you so much for being. It's amazing to have you here as well.
The power of showing up. I love this.
Amazing. Me too. Marialis, your hat is looking so cool. Haha, Navneet Kaur Alang, thank you so much for joining. We also have Miss Anshu Pabreja. Thank you so much for joining. We have Miss Julie Bennett. Thank you so much for joining. It's amazing to have you here as well.
Hello, Julie.
I love the hat. I miss my road trip friend, Marialis. A year ago, Marialis and I met in person. Ripple effect, each one, teach 10. Amazing comments coming in the chat. Thank you so much. All right. Well, since you asked me questions, I also have one question for both of you, like one question each. So I'll go first question with Ms. Dr. Marialis. So I have a question, it's a situation-based question. So have you ever had this experience that happened with me today? So you have something going on in your mind. For example, what happened with me was I was entering my friend's name to call her that I need to talk about something. So instead of writing her name, I was thinking about having pizza. So subconsciously, I wrote pizza and not her name. So again, the subconscious affected my thoughts of instead of writing her name, I wrote pizza. And then I was saying, where's her number? And then I'm like, okay, I wrote pizza instead of my friend's name. Have you ever had this experience like you were thinking about doing something else and instead you wrote something else?
Okay, unfortunately, yes, all the time because I know that you know this. I'm an untraditional learner and I'm dyslexic. So if you ever saw my laptop right now, I make people nervous with how many tabs I always have open. But I want you to know all those open tabs on my, on my laptop is exactly what it's like in my brain. And so I can't always find the tabs, right? Like, so I am in situations all the time. And I think that, like, when you were talking about the skills necessary for like being a podcaster, you have to be really comfortable about being on the spot and like making those like, responding the wrong way or typing something in the wrong way. Like it's just, and then embracing it and also seeing it as like, I don't know, your superpower, right? Like there's, rather than that there's something wrong with it. So I do it all the time. All the time. And the other thing I do, I talk to myself all the time because I feel like I'm like out loud talking to myself because that helps me get back on track and make sure that like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. That's amazing. That's a really lovely answer. And Mr. Andy, my question to you. So I'll share an experience with you. Then I would like to know if something similar has happened with you. So I was at in Delhi. I had a TED talk that I recently delivered, and it'll be out soon. So usually we have the platform one on the in the Delhi railway station, where we usually have to catch the train to go to my city. But by mistake, the driver dropped us at platform 16. So platform 1 and platform 16 is the first and the last platform in the railway station. And they kind of, look the same. So we don't have any, walls in between. It's a big platform of all the tracks and wall at platform 1 and a wall at platform 16. So we came at platform 16 and we saw our train wasn't there, and we were looking around, waiting that our train might come a little late, and we had 15 minutes time left to catch our train. And me and my mom were thinking that why does platform 16 look so weird today? Like when we came in the morning, it didn't look like that. And no, we assumed it as platform 1. I must correct that. So why does platform 1, which was 16, look so weird today? Like it wasn't, like this in the morning. So after 10 minutes, we asked a person, like, when is the train coming? And the person told us, ma'am, you're on the wrong platform. This is platform 16. You have to go to 1. So we rushed our way to platform 1, sat in the train. And my mom's like, if we wouldn't have asked, we would never have known that we were on the wrong platform. Have you ever experienced something like this?
So yes, that it's been a couple years. So I have helped lead groups to Haiti and Nicaragua for some service learning trips. But one of my recent trips, and is the second to last one that I had been at in Nicaragua, we were getting to the airport, and the scenarios leading up to getting to the airport were wild. Of that, one of the students had a GoPro that she wanted to capture this waterfall, jumping off of a little waterfall. So she's like, Andy, can you hold it and go? And I did, and I dropped it. And so I spent like an hour with our guide diving down to try to find this GoPro. Ended up being found later on, and so the van that we were heading to the airport, we first met these people to get the GoPro back, which is another moment of like, there are incredibly amazing, kind people in the world, and that they could have just kept it. But anyways, so we were delayed getting to the airport. We got there, we went through security, and I'm leading a group of 10, 11, high school students with me through the airport, and we make our way through security, and we look at the gate number to the flight, and it's like, oh, gate 7 is going to be over here. And so we take off, run through the airport to get there. And if anybody has ever seen Home Alone, where they're running through the airport, that's what we felt like. And so we're sprinting through the airport, get to gate 7, and they're like, oh, it's actually moved to gate 1. So very similar concept. And so we take off, and a pilot that we were getting to the stairs is like, oh, yeah, I'm going to, gate 1. You can't be late. You're with me. And so we get into the elevator. We're going with him, and we get there. Then he's like, oh, actually, that's not the city I'm going to. And so we turn around and had to go another direction. We made it just in time, but it was, oh my gosh, that is a story and a series of events that I never thought that I would share outward like this, except for the people that experienced it. But that is 100%. Yeah, you get someplace and you think that you're in the right area, and then you're waiting around. But it's that moment of, just like you said, the unexpected moments happen. Keeping that calmness, and that, I mean, it keeps you in a right mindset, so you can make better decisions and not get caught up in the chaos that may be happening.
Absolutely. I can totally relate to your experience because I've had that when we went first time to Finland. We had to get our metro to Jyväskylä and we were on station 1. They announced in Finnish that the station has been changed. Very grateful to the amazing ladies who were there who told us that we were on the wrong platform and we had to switch platforms in 2 minutes. But again, we got the train. So we have lots of kind people out there in the world who are always there to help you. And of course, you need to make sure you're calm, cool, and then get your work done. All right. Thank you so much for.
I think that should be another podcast, by the way. I think you should have, about the train thing, I'm just laughing because we put my grandmother on the wrong train in Italy. This could just be when you need to do a comedy routine. That's your question, by the way. I'm just saying that. Future podcast on travel.
Of course. I guess that's the best idea. We'll have that done for sure, Marialis. All right. Thank you so much for answering those lovely questions. Moving on, let's build some excitement for upcoming sections. Well, first of all, I would like to tell you where you can find my content available online. You can, of course, go ahead on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and many more platforms for podcast listening to find my podcast. So go ahead if you haven't yet seen the podcast, and if you're new joining us today. So now comes the time to announce the podcast awards.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to start presenting my screen, and if you could.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
This is like we're modeling it in action.
This is exactly what's going on.
This is literally what happens.
But that's okay. We're going to make it magical. We'll still make it happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, say Nami's the show goes on.
Yes.
And I will say, and this is going to be kind of a fun moment. We'll see if I can take over, as this is going to be I know that with the, let's just go this route. All right. So I know that with the fan art, Mary Alice, I'm going to, we'll see if when she comes back,
we're going to surprise.
Yes. And there we go. And can I take over?
I, by mistake, lost my internet connection. All right.
Let's model this all in action. This is beautiful.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me well.
We can.
Okay. So let me also start sharing the audio. Yes. Do you see my screen?
It's loading.
Yes, there we go.
All right. So I have a system of doing it. So I'll just tell you, all the podcasts we've had are amazing, and I just have to this is just a lucky draw. So let the best man and I think the best guest win. So, first of all, we'll be having two categories of the podcast. I'll reshare my screen. I'll try to tell the categories. So, the first one is the podcast of the year. We'll have two podcasts from each year. So, 2020, 2021, and 2022. And of course, I'll also be having, the ones who shall win this will not be part of, the most informative podcast. So if you win the podcast from 2020 to 2023, from each year, so you'll not be there in the most informative podcast. So if you win that part, we'll not have you there. But of course, let the best guest win, and this will be a fun game. So that, we get equal chance for everybody to win. So we'll have a lucky draw to make sure that anybody can win. So I'll start resharing my screen, and yes, let's start. I'll share the entire screen, include the audio. Yes. All right. So do you see the screen?
We do.
All right. So I've copied the guests from the draw one, that is 2022 to 2021, that is 2020 to 2021. All right, so let's do this. Let the best guest win. All right, can we have a 3, 2, 1?
3,
2,
2, 1.
1.
Blast off! Hey, winner, chicken dinner.
Wow.
I don't think I can win.
Amazing. Our first. Yes, of course.
That was
the
awesome.
first winner. The first winner is Mr. and Miss Andy Kuniban. Congratulations
I remember that. Yeah,
for the best
my wife.
podcast
Yeah, that
of
was
the
even before the video.
2020 to 2021.
Podcast.
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm so happy. Congratulations. That was our first winner. Moving on to our second winner. I can see the excitement. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We have Miss Donna Sarkar. She was there on the episode. Congratulations.
That's
There's a lot that I
wonderful.
learned from her about power code. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Of course, we've got our first two winners. Congratulations, Mr. Andy. And congratulations, Miss Donna. All right. Moving on to our second draw. That is from the year end of 2021 to 2022. So, of course, the 2-year gap, of the one gap that we have between the 14th of November to the 5th of November. So, let's start. Okay. 3, 2, 1, please.
All right,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Let's go!
Congratulations, Miss Asta Sani. Congratulations for winning the best podcast of 2021-22. Let's move on to the second guest. Let's see who wins this.
Wow.
We have Miss Rochelle Danepot, who's won the second podcast best for the year 2021-22. Amazing. I guess we've had amazing winners till now. All of them really lucky and amazing guests as well on my podcast. So moving on to our second last draw, that is of the year 2022-23. How excited are you both?
Oh my gosh, I am just in awe of like how many people incredible.
Thank you. This is our second last draw. Let's go.
I think this is so cool to do this live, to model this live too. The whole process makes it even extra exciting to then see it go zing, bing.
Yeah. And like, of course, we'll also be sending out certificates to the winners, so stay tuned for that. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
We
Congratulations. If you're watching us live, congratulations, Miss Elizabeth. Let's move on to the second winner for the year 2022-23. Congratulations, Mr. Amitabh Sharma, for getting the best podcast for 2022-23. Well, this was a really amazing way to give out the best podcast to all the winners out here for the guests. So once again, I congratulate all of you. And of course, to everybody who's been there on the podcast, we still have to take out 6 more best informative podcasts. So I will reload this list, and then let's say a best of luck for the last 6 podcasts that we'll be releasing for the most informative podcasts. I'll quickly copy this. All right, let's go.
All
3, 2,
right.
1, please.
Drum roll.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
One. Go.
Let's go.
That's
Hey.
my principal, our first guest on the podcast, Mrs. Bhupinder Gogia. Congratulations for winning the most informative podcast over all the 3 years. That's our first winner. Moving on to the second one. Congratulations, Vinisha Umashankar, for winning the second one to be the most informative podcast. Congratulations. Woohoo!
Awesome.
Third one.
Aw,
Yay!
man.
Yay!
So happy for you. The third one for getting the most informative podcast over all 3 years. Do wait for your certificates. You're going to be so happy after looking at them. Coming to the fourth one. Woo! We have Miss Nikki Jones. Thank you again for being on the podcast. Congratulations. And we're now down to our last 2. Let's see who's going to win this.
So suspense.
Crowd goes wild.
My Minecraft guru,
Yeah.
Stephen Reid.
Oh.
Congratulations for winning this. So happy for you. And once again, I remember him telling me a really funny story about how he ate the girl's goldfish who was bullying him. And then he's like, I'm gonna eat your goldfish. I'm gonna eat your goldfish. And he ate it. And like, I was laughing and I was almost about to fall off my chair, but I controlled myself. And that was the first time I laughed so hard on my podcast. So once again, it was a lovely episode with Mr. Stephen. And thank you so much once again, and congratulations.
Yay!
Mary Alice and Mr. Andy, do you know we're just down to one last winner?
They saved the best for
Get
last.
excited.
can do it.
Yay!
Yes, who's the last one for the most informative guest and episode for the year, all the 3 years? Let's go. Woohoo! Congratulations, Miss Neeru Mittal, for winning this one. Congratulations. So, to all the guests, congratulations for winning the both awards. And who are the ones who've not got anything? Of course, you've always been the best podcast, the best guest on my podcast. And of course, like I said, let the best guest win. It's just a fun game. So, win-win. Congratulations once again. And it was lovely playing this game. I hope everybody watching us live enjoyed it. How was the game?
That was awesome. That
That was awesome. And I love that, Andy, you were the first winner. I just loved it.
Oh, my wife. I
Me too.
remember that. Yeah, as well. So I'll definitely I'll give her the heads up afterwards. Yes.
I grabbed a
Of
screen
course.
grab it,
All right.
just in case you didn't.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'll be rewatching the replay of it for sure.
Okay, good.
That's amazing. I hope everybody enjoyed. Yes, we've been having comments coming in. It's just a fun game. Yes, it's just a fun game. An awesome game. Thank you so much. It was amazing playing the game. And even to when I saw I could do something like this, I'll be like, yeah, everybody watching us live will be engaged and will be like, I hope I win. I hope I win. I hope I win. And like again, like Dr. Morales said, the first winner is our guest right here watching us.
Well, thank you.
All right. So I hope you remember in the beginning, I told you we'll also be having the winner for the best fan art. So we've got the fan arts that are received on Wayclip. So I'm going to quickly share my screen and show it to you. Do let me know whenever it is visible. All right. Do you see it?
And it's loading, and
Ta-da!
we do. There we are.
You can see the slideshow mode, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is our first fan art, and I also want you both to, give your comments in for the fan arts that I'm gonna show to you. So the first one I've got is from Mr. Deepak Bhange. He's from India, and according to me, I really love this fan art. Like I'm really fond of flowers. So when I go to school in the morning, so we have a pathway that leads to the second building, which is the senior school, and that has such beautiful flowers. And my mom's like, say hi to your friends, and by friends she means the flowers. So like I'm really fond of flowers, and they look really pretty. Of course, butterflies as well. So this one really caught my eyes, and I felt really happy after seeing this one. What are your thoughts?
Likewise. Go ahead, Mary Alice.
Yeah, just visually stunning.
I love the
Thank you.
flowers, especially just the idea of like how it's part of who they are as well, and then the butterflies coming out as well. Beautiful.
Yeah, and it's
Absolutely.
it I feel like goes right back to like that foundation of the human, right? Like that each one teach 10 and like that effect, like who's it impacting? The human part of technology. So I love it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. The second one I got is from Mr. Michael Harvey. He was also a guest on our podcast, and I was so happy looking at this one because like most of the elements I see here are looking very similar to Minecraft and also Lego, and it's basically showcasing like how we can build an amazing beautiful earth together by going to the ripple reaction of everybody being able to live on a sustainable planet, and again going the way towards each one teach 10. What are your
Hey,
thoughts?
Nami, not to your slide. It's still on the first one.
Do you see it now?
Yeah,
Yes,
now
yeah,
it is.
there we go.
Perfect.
All right. What are your
I
thoughts?
loved it. Yes, and so it has that Minecraft block vibe, but yet how we're all in and surrounded, around the world.
Yeah. We're
Absolutely.
one world, one human race. And I love like even the background too. I feel like they're probably all very famous buildings, a skyline. Uh just makes us it reinforces that message that one world, one human race. That's it right there. So
That's
good
true.
job,
Absolutely.
Dr. Harvey.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We all are together in this world, and we have to, continue going together as one in harmony. I
and
absolutely resonate with your thoughts. The third one I
that
got is
tree
from my
growing out
mother.
of the top.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what it's telling us to stay connected to our roots as well.
Deep.
The third one, that is what I got from my mom, Miss Monica Joshi. And I was so shocked when I got this because she told me this is an AI version of you. And I was looking at the eyes. I think, yeah, those are really cool eyes. Of like, they look pretty similar to mine. But again, it's again focusing towards a goal that I'm looking at that I have to achieve. And the Northern Lights, because I have a dream of looking at, seeing the Northern Lights. And again, in the mountainous region, because I love mountains.
That just I mean, I think it should be your profile picture. Like it's stunning. It's absolutely captures the essence of you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and so the eyes are spot on just like you're like looking in, like it's at that wonder Wondernamia, but it's that like the wonder, the curiosity of like you're looking out there onto like what's the next thing.
Absolutely. I totally agree. The fourth one that I have is from Mr. Pekka Auli in Finland. And here he's been showcasing the mic and a kind of paint effect that says celebrate 3 years with Adrar Wandernamia. A really cool one, and I really like the color combination as well. And of course, the mic in the center. Let the voice be heard.
Okay, is it me? But like that circle really kind of looks like also ripples. I
Yeah,
mean, so and with the podcast in the center, those ripples, I feel like it sends visually a really powerful message.
I
truly.
agree.
Me too. And coming to our last and final fan art, I really love this. I got this from one of my fellow students who have been taught uh, about Minecraft and coding, Arav, and he made this mosaic version of my book. Each one teached and the journey continues. And I was so awestruck looking at it, like how he made it, but it's so amazing. And again, like, a small sapling that you can see here. And when it's given all, amazing ideas, it grows into a huge tree. So really loved it.
I love that. And it's the essence of each one teach 10 that, I mean, as a student, you inspired another student to take and like mimic what you've done, because that's your art. I mean, you drew your book cover, right? So talented.
Yes,
And it has that stained glass. Yes, it has that stained glass or stained glass kind of vibe to it. And so it's just that just the glow that the sun comes through on the glass and how that makes it shimmer a little bit, further. So no, I love that. That's awesome.
And I think of those mosaics too, like every individual piece, right? So think of every individual, human. And when we're all kind of put together collectively, that power of we, it's got multiple layers of a
truly.
message.
We over me. Absolutely. So now it's up to the both of you. Which one, according to you, is the best? And we'll give out the prize to the person.
Well, I mean, Mary Alice, I mean, do we need to have like a side council and be like, who's
Well,
first?
I feel like the one thing that connects us, Andy, is like, champions of student voice, always. In fact, in just even our conversations all week, not just this week, but just over the course of time, is that going to a student session, we'd go every single day, twice on Sundays. So I feel like that's at our core. So yes, there's winner there.
Absolutely.
Yes, that we would champion on many different levels.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I totally agree with both of you. Student voice matters. And again, I congratulate Arav for winning this fan art competition. And again, I totally loved everybody's art. But congratulations again to Arav and to everybody. My deepest gratitude for sending them these amazing fan arts. I truly love all of them, and they mean a lot to me. Thank you so much once again.
Now, as we're talking about fan art, Nami, is my screen? Can you push my screen up as we talk about that fan art? There we go. So this was a Copilot, creation. So in Edge, being what was formerly Bing Chat, but now Copilot. So I put in and said, generate an image that exemplifies a ripple effect of each one teach 10 with Wondernamia, and I put in your handle, and this is what it generated. And so just the idea of how that, I mean, of course, with Copilot, it generates 4 different ones, but this is the one that it was like, wow, like I wanted to make sure I pass this on, and not to add it as a contender within the art of it, but just how you have made a world that creates this ripple effect, but then also the futuristic sense that we are moving forward in the future together. So thank you. And I wanted to, have that be as a something I'll send along to you as well digitally.
Thank you so much. It means a lot, and totally love the fan art that you've also created. And of course, the ripple effect. It looks so amazing, and I feel really touched right now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. So, how about we talk something related to the book?
Well, I'm a massive fan of the book, so
I mean,
absolutely.
the one book, but now what's next?
Of course, I'm also writing my second book, which will be out. It's all about digital citizenship with SDGs and about podcasting. And this time, like in my first book, I included, like, my self-made quote drawings. Like the quote weren't mine, but I drew them out. Like during the lockdown, I learned about calligraphy, so I made sure that I'm learning, of how to use that for a good purpose, like with quotes and drawing it out. And this one is all about the poems and podcasting and all. So the book name, I also had to tell you something. It's a surprise for both of you. I'll be revealing the book name right now. So the book name is Each One Teach 10 in Action.
I
That
love
is
it.
it.
I mean, yeah, and you're the essence. I mean, the actions speak louder than just words that we read, but it's taking that next step. Oh, perfect.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you so much.
So it goes, it's that idea that we don't just talk about it. It's like, this is what it looks like. And for a reader to be inspired and empowered to say, oh my gosh, I can do something like this. I love it. More ripples.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait for that. Yeah.
When is it being released?
Well, I think probably next year in January. I hope that's when it can be released. And I'm really excited, like, because I've also, instead of adding, like I told you, I've written my poems this time. So it's amazing.
Surprise! Da-da-da!
Oh, Monica.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what
my
a
God.
great way to
Happy
celebrate 3
years
years.
podcast.
I'm stunned. I have no words.
Oh,
This is so pretty.
oh, this is wonderful.
Can
Monica,
you see?
love it. What a treat.
Yes.
That's
What a
beautiful.
wonderful way to celebrate.
Oh my God, this is so pretty. It matches with my podcast logo as well. The similar colors, and the cake is so cute.
So we
Oh.
just made that.
I love it.
Okay, guess what? We didn't know you were doing that, but we were kind of
We-
doing something on the side too. So
So Monica, yeah, and so
This was
so
a
funny.
quick surprise.
well, we wanted to be part of we wanted to make this fun too. So Andy, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
I have a cake.
Oh,
And
Hey, we didn't know.
my cupcake is a s'more for some more episodes of Each One Teach 10.
yes.
Yes. So you didn't know
So I
we were doing
always-
this. We didn't know you were doing that. This is wonderful.
Yeah, so always remember, like you said me sometimes an hour before, that you're not doing this for anybody, just because you are consistent and you want to bring the change. So I'm so proud of you. Keep doing that.
Thank you. And I'm
Yes.
so
Oh my
happy. The
gosh.
cake looks yum.
So let's have the celebration.
Yes, and make a great wish.
Yay, let's play some good music.
Music.
Okay.
Can we hear that?
I think it's loading.
There we go.
Yay,
Yeah,
let's
Bruno.
cut
Load
it.
it in.
Let's cut the cake.
Yay! Miss Andy, I'm ready to take a little bite.
Happy
too.
3-year anniversary of the podcast.
Yay!
Yay.
I said I'm trying to get a chunk of mine.
Here,
So let's take a selfie.
selfie time.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh, no, you're on my road.
Continue.
It's
Sorry
cool.
for the interruption.
It
Congratulations.
was an amazing interruption. Loved it.
Oh, so good.
That was unexpected. I absolutely had no idea that we had a cake coming to the life of the podcast. Woohoo! Cupcake.
Frank's
look at-
celebrating with his too.
Yeah, Frank. I got frosting everywhere.
The cake was delicious. Thank you so much. Like, I really loved today's celebration. And all I have to say is, like, like my mom said, that I've reached here with hard work, and most important, I would say consistency. Like, not to prove others, but rather following my passion and create ripples of each one, teach 10. And in the morning, I went to my principal who was there on my first episode, and I told her that, ma'am, today is the 3-year celebration of my podcast. And your episode is still the first, like the most heard episode. And she was really happy. She told me that people usually stop, they don't be consistent, but you've always, kept it up. And my sole purpose has always been spending the ripples of change with each one, teach 10. And I've also had amazing messages from my guests, which is like, a very memorable part for me. Amazing, beautiful, and inspiring messages that have, helped me to keep, year on year to reach to 75 episodes. So let's go ahead and watch these messages. I'm going to start presenting my screen, and do let me know if the screen is visible to you. Do you see it?
It's coming.
Loading.
It's loading.
There we go.
There we go. We're good.
Do you hear it as well?
Not
Are you
quite,
able to
no.
hear it?
Not directly.
Okay, let me check. I will try to present again. Small glitches that usually occur. Okay, I think you should hear it now. All right, I'll play the video as soon as you let me know that you can hear it and see it. Do you see it?
We see the video.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Andy can even.
Were you able to hear it?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, let's go.
Hi, everybody. Andy can even hear from the Microsoft Flip team. And I am so honored to be part of this incredible moment where we are going to celebrate the wonderful Namia, as over the last 3 years, she's been hosting a podcast, Each One Teach 10. And in every episode, we are on the 75th episode now, where we hear from incredible thought leaders and change makers. And it was a great pleasure to be part of that with my wife back in 2021, telling our stories in the classroom. And that's exactly what it is. In every episode, we hear from these incredible minds from all around the world, where they then tell their story and inspire another educator, another classroom. And that's the beauty of it. Each one of us can then teach 10. So it is a joy to be able to celebrate you, Namia, and I welcome everybody to also join in as we celebrate 3 years and 75 episodes of Each One Teach 10.
Yay! It's Mary Alice Curran, and I am so excited to celebrate 3 years, 75 episodes with the Namia Josie, the Each One Teach 10. I'm wearing my t-shirt. I've got my book behind me. I've got, when we got to last January at FETC, everybody that came to our pre-conference got a book. And let me see. Oh, I see right there. Hold on. Huh, which way if I point? Oh, right there. Jamie Donnelly. Let's see. Hold on. Right there. Dr. Matt. There I am in the other hat. That's me. It was incredible last January to be able to introduce the Each One Teach 10, like the week that the book came out. So Namia, what a celebration since I've met you, what you have done, the impact that you have made, not just on my lives, but that ripple effect on so many lives with not just a hashtag, but this is your mission. This is your core. This is what makes you tick. And I can't wait to celebrate you, what you've done, this entire community, and to encourage others to come and join this incredible community, because it's all about celebrating others, teaching others, inspiring and empowering others.
G'day Namya, sending a massive shout out to you, celebrating your 3rd year anniversary and your 75th podcast. Awesome achievement. I remember that you interviewed me early on as you started the podcast, and after the interview I came away thinking, that girl is on fire. She's asking incredible questions. So I've been delighted to see the podcast going from strength to strength with incredible guests, and I can't wait to send a shout out to you when you reach episode 100. So Mark Sparble here from Microsoft Education, sending you, Namya, a huge congratulations on this impressive milestone. Bye.
Hey Namya, Ann Cosma here from the Microsoft Flip team, and I just wanted to say congratulations! What a remarkable achievement and milestone. The 75th episode and 3rd anniversary of your podcast. Each one, teach 10. An amazing world of STEM. This is such a remarkable achievement, and it has been a joy and a pleasure to get to not only be on the podcast a few times and share about Flipgrid, now called Flip, and celebrate learning around the world with you and your audience, but it has been an absolute treat to get to also watch you grow up and continue to share the wonder and joy of learning that you have and the passion that you bring to all you do with your global audience. When you go live on your podcast, it's usually early Saturday morning in California when I'm waking up. So I have been able to start my weekend listening to you and so many familiar friends from around the world. Thank you for 3 incredible years of inspiration, 75 awesome episodes, and cheers to the future of Each One Teach 10 and you.
Do away with
75? Holy smokes, that's almost as old as me. That's a great accomplishment, and I'm incredibly proud of you and continue to be inspired by the work that you do, the support that you give, and the ideas that continue to come from the world that you help to support. This Digit world, this Each One Teach 10, you continue to teach me. And it's like teaching an old dog new tricks, and I appreciate that. And continued success. I cannot wait to do another one of these for your 150th. It's going to be super exciting. So keep going, keep inspiring, and be that light that empowers others to continue to push themselves to be the best they can. Can't wait to see what's next for you. Congratulations.
wrong notions and so on and so forth, and keep on assimilating and learning. Thank you very much once again, and congratulations. Congratulations, Namya, on the 75th episode. The most memorable feature of my podcast with you was the fact that we both agreed that it is so important for our Indian children to be able to be exposed to experiential learning. That is the true learning. The fact that there's a big disconnect between what we teachers try to teach and how we try to teach, and the children what they want to teach and how they want to learn. So we agreed on the fact that we should allow space and exploratory freedom for the children, and that's when STEM is best assimilated. So I would congratulate you on bringing a host of celebrities and host of good speakers from across the globe to this forum, and to be able to enlighten not only the parents, the children, but also people such as us, because learning is a continuous process. And while we participate in events like this or podcasts, we are able to do away with our
75 episodes. Wow, Namya, congratulations. What an incredible incredible thing to celebrate. You make a difference in this world. We need more people like you doing that. Congratulations on everything you've achieved. Congratulations on Each One Teach 10 podcast. I still wear your t-shirt every week. I talk about the work that you do, and I'm looking forward to celebrating the next 75 episodes. And I can't wait to meet in person very, very soon. Congratulations on everything you've achieved, and I'm looking forward to the next 3 years and the impact that you're going to have on this world. Congratulations, and I look forward to connecting again soon.
Congratulations on 75 episodes and the 3rd anniversary of Each One Teach 10. Namya, you are a force of nature.
So Tina koe from New Zealand, Aotearoa, Dr. Michael Harvey here. So congratulations for your 75th episode and 3rd year anniversary for your podcast, Each One Teach 10, the amazing world of STEM, Namya. And in terms of a message to celebrate this amazing milestone, ngā mihi, thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. And also my favorite moment, I can't give one moment. So it's just the ability to see fellow educators like myself sharing with best practice with you of how to incorporate and share STEM education globally. So thank you again, Namya, for the opportunity, and all the best for your celebration.
Hi, Namya. As you celebrate your 75th episode and your 3-year anniversary, I just want to congratulate you on all the work that you're doing. I am just so proud of you and so elated by all the work that you're doing, and just keep up the good work, Namya.
Namya, you continue to impress me amazingly with everything that you are doing, and I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to be a part of your podcast journey. 75 at this point. Wow, amazing. But I know that you will continue to be a powerful voice for young people striving to make real meaningful change in this world through STEM, through activism, and through all the other work that they're doing at a time when we certainly need more of that. So congratulations to you, and always so impressed with all the things that you're doing and enjoying the podcast as it drives forward, and every other work that you will do down the road and world-changing events you'll make happen. Congrats, and look forward to talking to you again at some point soon.
Hi, Namya. It's Alex Isaacs. I just wanted to congratulate you on your 75th episode of your podcast. Absolutely amazing work. One of your many accomplishments that you have going on in your life. I couldn't be more proud to associate with you, be a social media friend to you, and hopefully one of these days we'll be able to meet in person. But can't congratulate you enough for this amazing milestone, and hopefully 75 more episodes and beyond moving ahead. But the thing that I really take away from our conversation was that it was only my 2nd webinar that I ever did with anybody. How gracious you were, how great your questions were, and how meaningful the discussion on cross-curricular content was. So once again, congratulations. I look forward to being a part of, future episodes, watching you shine, and all the best to you moving ahead with your podcast and everything else in your life, Namya. Best of luck.
Those are awesome.
I feel like we were at a big party.
Yeah. And people from all
A
around
big
the
global
world.
party.
and-
Yeah.
I was really happy to see all the messages that I've got, all these 3 years of celebrating my podcast. I think these messages are a way just to, keep me going through all the podcasts I've been making, and making, bonds with new people, learning from educators, and listening to their amazing messages just gives me that ray of inspiration and the one spark that I require again to keep on continuing on my path. That yes, you're on the right path. You just have to keep on continuing, and again, spread the ripples of change with Each One Teach 10.
Say, I see your mom's comments in there. Oh my gosh, yes. You should be proud. Everybody's so proud of you.
Thank you so much. All right, so now's the time that we vibe along to the Each One Teach 10 song. So how excited are you both?
Any opportunity to get up there and sing, I'll tell you, there's a lot of ed tech karaoke, and I'm the comedy show for singing. So I don't know about you, Andy, if you got a good singing voice. I have a funny singing voice.
I was in the band, so I don't know how far I went with the singing, but we're gonna have fun no matter what.
Exactly.
Of course. Let's go ahead and sing along to this song.
And we hope that
All
people
right.
watching live are gonna be, strumming along with us.
Of
So I've got
course.
my microphone.
Go ahead and let's sing along to the Each One Teach 10 song together. All right, do you see the screen again? This is for the last time. Do you see the screen?
It is loading.
Okay. All right, do you see it?
We see it. And you wrote this song.
Okay, and do you hear it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yes.
Here we go.
All right, let's go.
So transform worlds to a better wonder, to behold no poverty, zero hunger for the elderly or younger, good health and well-being, good education, empowering women to become sensation, clean water, sanitation, economic inclusive, through industry innovation, and pure dedication, yeah, infrastructure, vegan, reduce inequality for sure, make human settlements secure, take urgent actions to combat climate change, conserve life, love water and land, ensure we do not estrange. Justice for all, a peaceful and empathetic nation that is all partner to achieve these goals and provide much needed salvation.
Each one teach 10, no compensation. Each one teach 10, no compensation. That's each one teach 10.
Each one teach 10. You wrote that song.
Yeah. Yes.
That is incredible.
Yes, I wrote it. And of course, I told you last time I got that song from one of my amazing teacher because I don't have that of a good singing voice, though I tried. But yeah, I think she sings really well.
That was incredible.
All right. Thank you so much. It was lovely tuning with you today. And I didn't even realize we're down to 1 hour, 24 minutes.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Time flies
It's
by
been a
so fast. I didn't
great-
come to know.
Well, I want you to
Everybody
know,
It's been amazing.
I miss you already. And thank you so much for the invitation to be a part of, this incredible Each One Teach 10 journey with you, Namya.
Thank you so much. And I'm once again so glad that you both took out your time to join today and celebrate these 3 amazing years of inspiration, of learning, of gaining so many skills, and of giving out to people the ripple reaction of Each One Teach 10. And let the journey continue for a long, long time till we can have everybody in this world educated, sharing their thoughts to make sure that education, I believe, and I hope everybody there believes too, is the best and the most powerful weapon that we have to change the world.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
Exclamation point, exclamation point. Yes.
Thank you. And once again, thank you so much for joining in, everybody. And thank you, Mary Alice and Mr. Andy, for being here today. It was lovely talking to you. And thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, Each One Teach 10. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.